No, that was he closed on a house with us. KK.
Oh. Yeah. All right, we're live on Facebook.
Are we live?
Let me share it real quick.
Let's see. There we go. We are live. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to
Real Estate 101.
Real Estate 101. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you could, do us a favor. Whenever you get on here, please like and share the stream. It really helps us out. Comment too. You know, we come up with these topics because it's what we see every day in real estate. What we're dealing with, and you know, we're just trying to shed light as much as we can on this. You know, tough markets, different things that we see every day. So
let us know you're here. Give us a comment.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we got a shout out today. Did you hear who we're shouting out? Who are we shouting out today?
I believe our shout out is for our transaction coordinator, Kendall.
Kendall, shout out to Kendall. Also wanted to give another shout out. We couldn't do anything without Kendall, so thank you for all that you do. Taylor as well. Taylor's in here holding it down today. So thank you girls for all that y'all do for us. Y'all keep us above water.
Keep us rolling.
And keep us rolling. But also wanted to give a shout out to a man that was in here last week. Man that came in, big name guy, old Bradley.
Bradley.
So shout out to Bradley for coming in. We greatly appreciate you, man. We we got so much gold whenever he was in here.
Yeah, just super powerful.
Just a lot of gold from that guy.
Yeah.
But so topic for the day, and I know this is a big thing that we're dealing with in real estate right now, and you know, dealing with buyers and even sellers. You know, what does the listing price really mean in this market? And that's tough. I mean, you know, there's so many different things whenever someone sees a price. You know, how do you build value on a list price, or what does a list price mean to you whenever you have clients that are looking at it? What are you getting from them mainly?
Well, you know, when I see list price, being an agent, the first thing I think of is that is the starting bid. You know, that's where obviously on average you have 5 to 6 offers on every single listing that we have now. So, you know, that means multiple offers. Most of them are going to be at list price or over. So, you know, that's the starting initial bid. Would you agree?
I agree, yeah. Of course, depending on the property, but, you know, like you said, the average of what we're seeing, and this is a national stat, is 5.1 offers per property. And that's, you know, every listing right now on the MLS, that's the average. And that's, you know, that's absolutely ridiculous. And I think we're seeing so many more here, especially because, you know, our market is, I feel like we're a little bit different. We have a little bit hotter market than, of course, everybody else right now because, you know, we're #1 destination from U-Hauls coming from California, Colorado, Washington, Illinois, right here in Middle Tennessee.
Yep.
#1 destination for one-way U-Hauls. And I feel like that's a big thing that's pushing our market and, you know, pushing these list price through the ceiling. So,
Absolutely.
you know, whenever, you know, your clients, they see that list price. Now, how do you build value and show them that, like, you know, because a lot of people, you know, that aren't sure of the market still, you know, they're thinking they can come in and pay, say this house is listed at $579, then come in and get $579, maybe get a little bit of closing costs, you know, do a home inspection. How do you handle people that, you know, just aren't real sure, not, you know, sure how the market is moving? How do you handle those people, Noah?
Well, first I ask them, you know, what kind of experience do you have in the market? Have you been looking for a while? Have you seen a couple homes? How long did they last on the market? Have you lost a couple offers before? And kind of get a feel of what their experience has been on their home search. And then, you know, I go more into depth of, you know, what does list price mean to you? You know, and at the end of the day, something we commonly say is, you know, a house is worth what you're willing to pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? So comps are a big thing as well. One home goes for a good amount, you know, that brings the comps up in the whole neighborhood. So that definitely helps.
Yeah. We have a question from the weatherman. He said, what is best thing to do first? And I think kind of how you described it is, you kind of gotta show them, you gotta educate them, and show them how the market is going.
Absolutely.
What are some things that we're having to do to win offers, and just ask them. Usually, I ask, what do you know about this market? What do you think it's going to take to win, properties in this market?
Who's the right now? So every time you're in a different market, there's different strategies.
Yep.
Y'all remember we used to do the home inspection, buy it as is, with acceptable.
Yeah.
So that was one. So everybody kind of caught on to that. Now we're going into the market to where the number one person you have to sell is the selling agent.
Yep.
The
Absolutely.
listing agent. You have to sell them. So it's only one conversation with your buyer is, are you ready to do what it takes to get a house? And it's not going to be traditional. It's going to be very tough.
Yep.
And you're probably going to pay more than you want to. If you're ready to do that, we'll give it a shot. That still doesn't mean you win, because
Yep.
you're competing against 40. So your biggest sale now is the agent on the other side. But guess what? They don't answer the phone half the time. They got a hot listing.
Right.
I know. In this market, and we've ran into I think everybody has. A lot of these listing agents, especially on Saturday and Sunday, whenever it's crunch time, to really get these offers in, they turn their phones off. So
What's a way that when somebody turns their phone off? What's a way that we can get in touch with
Hey,
them?
I'm going to Facebook. I'm calling your broker. I'm calling
the
your
broker.
office.
How about we
I'm
send
calling-
them either a set of flowers, we hand deliver them, we send them some fruit basket, and
I'm
all we
trying
say is, I'd
everything.
love to talk to you, we really want to work with you on this
Yeah.
house. All you're doing is setting your name up higher when you bring that strong offer.
Absolutely.
So now she's putting you up to the top with 2 or 3, instead of everybody just reaching out, leaving messages and texts.
Yep.
You have to be different, you have to stand out amongst your competition.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You got to do the things that other agents,
Wash her
aren't
car,
doing.
have somebody go over and wash her car. She just come outside, her car's being washed. Just wait, hey,
We'll know what to
hey,
do.
so I get it.
Just sent you an offer.
Well, and I feel like in this market, competing against 20, 30, 40, sometimes we've had houses that go upwards of 50 offers, which I know that sounds unreal, but you got to do what you can to, one, tell your client what has to be done, and two, sell that selling agent, as Steven said. And there's so many things that you can do to excel and go above and beyond as a buyer's agent to stand out to that selling agent. So I feel like there's this little thing, like whenever I have a listing, half the offers that come in, I don't even get calls from the agents. So it's not too hard to stand out. and
Absolutely.
to do the things that others aren't doing.
I think another thing to think about is how you're structuring your offers.
Absolutely.
I'm working with somebody now. They've kind of got it stuck in their head that they don't want to pay what more than what the home is worth. And in the market we're in, we don't know. I mean, we can give you a good idea, but with the comps, there's not really a set. We can't tell you this is how much this home is worth. So a good way to structure your offer to where your buyer feels comfortable, the listing agent feels comfortable, and the sellers feel comfortable is you can go 1,000 over the highest offer up to a certain point, and that kind of gives your buyers a feel a little bit more comfortable about instead of going 20, 30,000 over list price.
There's a lot of agents now saying that they will not take escalation clauses.
Right.
No. What if you got a house that's 300? We know how hard it is, and you've got your buyer that'll pay $350, or they'll pay $25,000 over the appraisal up to the list price. What's one way that your offer can stand out?
25,000 over appraised value up to 350. It's a 300 house.
What do you think, Boy? How can you stick? How would your offer stick? Ooh, there we go.
Earnest
Bam.
money. Yep.
Non-refundable earnest money. I mean, you
The most you can do.
put your money where your mouth is.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
They'll put down that 25.
There you go, because it's gonna be used anyway.
And
Yeah.
me, if I have a listing and I'm getting all these offers, that's one of the first things I'm going to. I'm gonna see how serious you are, how much skin you're wanting to put in the game, with how much earnest money you're gonna bring.
Absolutely.
So if you got $1,500 earnest money, that just tells me you're not looking to play ball, and you're not looking to do whatever it takes to get this house. So that no matter, like I had one come in on a 289 house, someone went in at 330, still paying a little bit over appraisal, but they had $1,500 earnest money, which to me that tells me
You're not serious.
You're not too serious.
Yeah. I feel like the little things matter too. We've got this guy in our office who has a listing. He's got 6 offers, and this house is not active yet. Nobody's seen the inside of this house. He's got 6 offers, did not get one phone call from any of the agents who submitted that offer. That's important. I'm not even, I'll go ahead and get it written up, but I'm not going to submit an offer without talking to the listing agent. And, for all the agents in here, it's the little things that matter. I mean, I'm having my lender reach out. I've got, if you've got a house for sale, I've got some clients I'm working with. They have a house for sale in Kentucky. I'm having that listing agent for their house reach out to the listing agent here so they feel more comfortable with the home sale contingency. So I think little things are very, very important in this market, from, a phone call to a listing agent to a lender reaching out.
Yeah, you gotta hit them with that charm too.
Absolutely, yeah, that charm, man, that charm does magic,
That
does
charm
work.
helps a lot.
Yep.
Well, Stephen, like, what are, I know you're a damn magician whenever it comes to, working this market. So what are, back to the list price stuff, what are some things that you're informing your clients of and, letting them know how, just telling them up front?
Well, first I find out what they're approved for. And then I ask them how much money they have, how much money they can get, and how much money can you really get. So how much money your mama got, your daddy got, 401k.
401k.
Because you can either continue to rent, which is going up, or we can buy a house. And the housing is not going down. So we need to have at least $25,000, $30,000 somewhere, or at least 10 or 15, depending on the price of the house. Because if not, these investors are gonna wipe their ass with us. Because they have the money, they can do all these things. Appraisal and inspection, those are almost a no-no, they're gone right now.
Right.
And so now it's really hard, so I let them know that going into it. And I tell them, I said, listen, we'll do it your way if you want to first, but you're gonna see that we're gonna eventually do it the way I'm telling you, or my opinion is the right way to say that, because that's what it takes to get a house. Now, what if they see all these houses being built and the contractor don't wanna take pre-sales? How do we handle, what do you do about that? Because every day we're seeing that too. I have a $700,000 buyer, and I have a builder that's real close to it, but don't do pre-sales. How can we entice that builder to do one with us?
To put money up.
First, put money up. First right of refusal.
First right of refusal. Hey, he's picking everything out except until we get to this stage. We wanna be number one, here's $10,000, we're willing to wait 11 months. We wanna be in there, you can price it out when we get to that stage.
Absolutely.
And then if we don't like it, just give us our money back, or we'll go. And then along the way, you'll know what's happening. And now you're sitting in line waiting, number one. But they're going around calling. So these are things that you have to tell your buyer. You just have to be honest. You have to be upfront and you have to be aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
Because we don't have anything out there, very much.
Yeah. I can recall, countless times where I'll do my best to inform my clients on the market. By no means am I going to tell you not to do an inspection. I'm never going to tell you not to do one. But I'll inform them as much as possible without telling them this is what they have to do. But I can recall countless times where you'll lose 2 or 3, 4, and be 2-3 months down the road, and you're at a point to where your lease is about to end, and it's either you're going to renew your lease and keep paying rent, or you're going to find that money from a family member or do what you have to do to get a house, which you should have done to begin with, and now you got a broken heart and a headache, and you're at the doctor's office crying, going to a therapist.
Stevie calls it. What do you call it, Stevie? What are you trying to find? What's that money called? What's that?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
What's that money people are trying to find? They got to dip into that what? Find that.
Find that second money.
That second
The
money.
second one, yep.
Second money.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
And
that,
sometimes that's what you're gonna have to do.
absolutely. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's
Get a little loan from a family member,
Yep.
pay them a little back. At the end of the day, you're paying them back, but I mean, it's either that or you're renting and just throwing your money away. You could be paying on a
someone
mortgage.
else's mortgage.
Right.
Well,
Do we have any questions? Does anybody have questions or any,
How do we find a house that's not out there?
I ain't gonna tell you my secret.
What's your opinion on it?
I think how to find things that aren't out there. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can be creative to. I know the MLS only shows 200 homes that are active besides like auctions. And
Not
construction
even,
stuff,
not even,
something
yeah.
like that here in the Middle Tennessee area. So I know a lot of people get on the MLS and that's all they look. That's all they look for. Oh, this is all our options. The only thing that we have open, and there's so many different ways. There's actually how many homes out there available? 40, 50,000 out here.
Million,
You just
yeah.
gotta find it.
Door knocking's
Fine.
one of them. You know,
Yeah.
if that's what you want to do.
Everything's got a price.
That's right. That's
Everything
right.
does have a price.
That's
but-
right.
Well, that's that's about all I got. Now, do we have any questions about the market? Anything from this live stand-in audience here, standing room only?
It's packed.
Looks like GTT may have something to bring to the table here.
Whenever you have a house a buyer wants to look at, it's $350,000, you look on the system, what is the first thing you're thinking?
I'm thinking how high we're gonna have to go up to get this thing.
That's a 380 house.
Absolutely.
It's not 350.
So see, that's where people are wrong whenever they're looking online and they see Zillow. Here's where Zillow really hurts you. I saw this house on Zillow that was $350,000. It sets the wrong expectations. Now the barrier to entry has changed. So
Yep.
you've got to show them, well, look, that house, Zillow does not update what those homes sold for. It just said it's listed at $350. What are they going to sell for?
There's no, I mean, it's so hard to put values on houses in this market because we have people, like I said earlier, coming from everywhere. A house is worth whatever the market says a house for, and that
Yeah,
says.
but that's
whatever-
not, you're running off here. I'm asking, what is the house gonna sell for? If it's $350, just give me a general term. Will it sell for
Realistically,
$350?
Push
Will it sell for
400.
No.
It'll push 400.
It'll push 400 a lot of
Yeah,
times. So,
absolutely.
but people don't know that. People saw on Zillow, they don't know the end story.
Yeah.
They know the beginning, they don't know the ending, and you need to share that with them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And what I've been noticing, myself included, is if you're a listing agent, you've got a listing, instead of pricing the home at, where you feel like it might appraise for, listing agents are pricing their homes a little less, a little less to where it brings more foot traffic in, which just makes it a more competitive property to deal with. I mean, if you've got a 300 home and it's going to comp for 300 and you list it at 280, 285, you let 50, 100 people in, it just brings more foot traffic in, and I mean, ultimately it makes the house more desirable
Absolutely.
being at that 280.
I agree with you. Hayden, you have a question? No, just a wait.
You just answered it.
Well, alrighty, guys. That's all we have for Real Estate 101 today. Thank you all for tuning in. One more time, if you could do me and Noah and everybody else, GTT, a favor, please just give us a like and then hit that share button. Even if you share and say these dudes have no clue what they're talking about, it still helps us out. Thank you so much, everybody. Same time, same place next Wednesday. We'll see you here. Y'all have a great rest of your week and a great weekend.
See you later.
I know.